Hi there, everybody. Today we are going to demonstrate a very simple, easy gift idea. It's a no-sew scarf. Whenever I talk about a no-sew scarf, I always get people are like, what? Scarves don't even have to be sewn? I actually had someone in class one time who went home after taking my class about scarves and looked at all the ones she had purchased, and she was like, oh, I can't believe how many of them were never sewn. So I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is to do. The first thing that we need to do, because on our no-sew scarf, we are going to be able to see both sides of the fabric, right? So we are going to look for a fabric that is a yarn dye fabric. What the heck does that mean? It means that before our fabric is woven, the yarns are all dyed, and then they're woven into a beautiful pattern. So you'll see that when we look at them, they look the same on the front and the back. Well, I'm using a yarn dyed flannel, and this is another beautiful one. I just have to show it because it came in the shop, and Jessica, even though she doesn't want it for a scarf, she wants it for a skirt.
Guys, it's because I coordinate with it.
She coordinates it with today. You will find that there are many fabrics that are yarn dyes. This one actually is one that is brushed. Who would know? This is a wool. It's the same on both sides. I can pull a thread on there, right? So easy to make scarf.
So this one is wool. What are these ones?
These are cotton flannel, or this one's a brushed cotton. But you'll find that I have some other ones in the shop too, that this, although you'll have to watch the sample because one of my dog grandchildren decided to get it last night and help me pull some threads, so there are some bite marks in it. But look how awesome that is. It's actually different on both sides, but beautiful on both sides, and I love that the fringe is a different color. So how do we make this thing? Oh, let me backtrack just 1 second. So what are a lot of the fabrics that you use? A lot of the fabrics in the stores are actually printed. So the fabric is made first. Yes, I know, I love this fabric from long ago. So that while it's really cute on one side, it is not so cute on the other. We can make this into a different type of scarf that we will talk at some other time in the future, but this is sadly not a yarn dye, and we are not going to use it in our demonstration tonight. So how do we go about making this? I start out with 2 yards of fabric, and then I kind of decide, how big do I want this to be? How wide is it? You could use the whole width of the fabric if you want a really chunky scarf. You could cut it so that it was just in half. I decided that I would make mine so it is, actually it's 13 inches. I did that because I wanted to have my checks balanced. That's just me. I'm crazy about that kind of stuff. So all I did was take a scissor. I did this sitting in front of my TV last night. I took a scissor. A lot of times, if you're good with a rotary cutter, you can take a rotary cutter, and you are going to, let's see, where do I want to cut this? Just try to cut along a thread. Don't go cutting all over the place. Just try to cut along, because this will help you later on, and you're just going to keep cutting until you have a long strip.
How much yardage do you have there again?
2 yards. That's the great thing about making these yourself, is that you can decide how long do you want your scarf to be, custom make it. For a tall person, make it longer. For a short person or a child, make it even shorter still. And then I sat, and all I did was pull a thread off the side. And I do have to say that my husband was sitting in my family room with me, and he was like, what the heck are you doing? And I said to him, I'm making a scarf. And he was like, you're doing what? Like, why are you doing that? So as I pulled off the threads, he was kind of intrigued. And eventually when I got to a place where I had this nice fringe on some of the edges, he was like, oh, I get it. That's awesome. If you want to sew around the edge, close to the edge, you can. You don't have to if you don't want to. I like to keep the little threads and put them out for the birds. You often find that they have really beautiful nests that way. And that's it. It's done. So out of 2 yards, you could get 2, 3, 4 gifts to give and do them very quickly. For directions on this, we have it if you sign up for our mailing list on our website. It's a free download, or we will also put it under our free patterns. So you can get this for free. Come on in and find awesome fabrics.